Half knowledge is very dangerous, and you know what's more dangerous? These YouTube gurus who are making you pay 5 times more fees in the name of trading fees. You heard me right, 5 times more trading fees in the name of trading fees. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Hello everyone, Shahid this side. So you're watching Buzz Bites. Today in this particular video, I will be talking about Exness, which is a crypto and Forex trading platform in India. Is Exness really legal in India? Is it FI registered, or does it come under FEMA Act? And what is this all talk about accounts getting freezed after using Exness? I will be clearing all of these doubts at the end of this particular video, so stay tuned. At the end of this particular video, I will be discussing a concept related to taxation on the crypto trading as well. So as of now, let's understand what exactly is FIU. FIU stands for Financial Intelligent Unit. So the main purpose of this particular unit is to track the transaction that is happening outside the India, is not going into something like terror funding or money laundering. So in order to track all of these actions outside the India, FIU was formed. So let us understand this. The main purpose of FIU is to track the money that is being going outside the India, is not getting into terror funding or money laundering. So that is the only role of FIU. As you all know, the transaction between one wallet to another wallet in the crypto space, it's very difficult to track because the technology is so much decentralized. So in order to avoid the illegal activities happening in the market, FIU was formed, and the wallets holding the cryptocurrencies must report their transactions to the government, saying that we are not into any illegal stuffs. It is very important for the platforms dealing with cryptocurrencies and their transaction to be FIU registered upfront, showing that we are not into any illegal activities. Now let me show you an article from the Times of India with related to Delta Exchange. So as per the article, anyone who makes money from crypto is taxed under 30% with the additional 4% cess and 1% TDS. If they are involved in buying crypto, they must be FIU registered. This is an article from Times of India. The same article mentions that Delta Exchange offers the benefit of trading crypto futures and options, and all balances are calculated in INR. So the whole picture is FIU registration comes into picture only when you're dealing with the real cryptocurrencies. However, Delta Exchange platform does not allow you to trade with the real cryptocurrencies. So what you're doing is you're actually trading with the futures and options, the derivatives of cryptocurrencies. So FIU registration or Delta Exchange doesn't make any sense because you're not actually dealing with the real cryptocurrencies, whereas you're trading on their derivatives, that is futures and options. So if there is no direct contact with the crypto, then do you really think FI registration is necessary? The answer is big no. So let me show you one more fun fact. So when we visit the Delta Exchange official website, you will see it clearly says that in big letters that we are registered with FIU, Government of India, and fully comply with the Indian regulations. By repeating the exact same message that we are FIU registered, many of the YouTubers are fooling you. In fact, that is the reason why they take 5 times more trading fees when compared to other brokers. Exactly, Delta Exchange charges 5 times more trading charge when compared to other exchanges. Their main selling point is that we are FIU registered, whereas when you're trading on the crypto derivatives, the futures and options, FI registration doesn't even make sense. Whereas there are few exchanges like Binance or CoinDCX with whom you are directly dealing with the real cryptocurrency. So for these platforms to be FIU registered is a very mandatory process, and other FI registration is just a gimmick. You are just being fooled and overcharged. Now let's talk about Exness. Exness is also one of the platform which allows you to trade with the crypto derivatives, just like how Delta Exchange does. So in the Exness also, you are not actually dealing with the real cryptocurrencies, whereas you're dealing with the derivatives. Basically, you can actually trade crypto futures on the Exness platform. Then how can someone conclude that Delta Exchange is safe and Exness is not, whereas you're doing the same activity on the two different brokers? Exness has nothing to do with Financial Intelligent Unit. If you're trading the derivatives, the futures of cryptocurrencies, you're out of the scope of FIU. Now let's discuss about FEMA Act. So FEMA stands for Foreign Exchange Management Act, which says that you cannot convert your Indian exchange into foreign exchange without a legal broker. So these legal brokers are either your government or private banks. So what exactly happens is, if you want to convert your Indian currencies to the foreign currencies, you go out there and they will be converting it. So in between they will be charging 2 to 3% of commission. So this is the legal process. So you cannot do the transaction from your Indian currency to the foreign currency without a legal broker. So that is what FEMA Act stands for. So using unauthorized parties for the conversion from the Indian currency to the foreign currencies is illegal. So that is what FEMA Act says. Now people often will say that Exness is in alert list and it is going to be banned in India. But if you really look into the ban list of RBI, this is what you can see. It is clearly mentioned that these entities are not authorized to deal in foreign exchanges. This doesn't mean that they are banned in India. It simply means that you cannot use these platforms to convert your INR to USD or vice versa. So somewhere if you see Exness is also on the RBI's alert list, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be banned in India. In fact, there are many brokers as well, like the IC Markets, which holds the #1 world's volume. So that is also in the list. So that doesn't mean that it's going to be banned in India, right? So when you deposit your money to the Exness platform, you can do it through UPI, just like how Delta Exchange does. And you all know that UPI can only be done within India. So international transaction cannot happen through UPI. So it is clearly known that your money will stay inside India. So FEMA Act doesn't come into picture because you're not making international transaction through UPI. So UPI only facilitates transaction within India. So FEMA Act becomes irrelevant when it comes to transaction of deposits on Exness. So Exness uses Indian accounts and Indian banks, and that is where your money stays within India itself, and that's why exactly FEMA Act becomes irrelevant on Exness. Now let's talk about a problem of freezing bank accounts. Why exactly this happens? So majority of us will have a savings bank account on any of the private banks, and when multiple huge amount of transaction happens, there will be a red flag arising on the bank, and that is why you need to be careful about that as well. Suppose that you have opened a savings account, and in the annual income section you might have mentioned 5 lakh rupees, and if your transaction is more than 5 lakh rupees, the possibilities of your account getting freeze will be higher. So when you make 20 to 30 big transactions in a month, there will be a red flag arising in the bank account, meaning that you're into something suspicious, because when your limit of your income is very less and if you're making a huge amount of transaction, that is where problems come into picture. So what is the solution for this? First and foremost, open a private bank account. Do not go for government bank accounts. You can ideally go for any of the bank accounts. Many of my friends use ICICI Bank, Axis Bank and HDFC Bank. You can go for that as well. Kotak is a recommended one. So I don't use those bank accounts. I use Canara Bank account. You can go for any of the private bank accounts. So while opening an account, make sure that you have put a very high amount on the annual income section, because while you're making a huge amount of transaction, that will not affect your bank account, because upfront you will be mentioning that I have very high income in the first position itself. So that is the one thing that you can follow. Lastly, do not transfer the fund from Exness to any other bank accounts. Make sure that you add your own bank account which is PAN card verified. So that is how you can avoid freezing of your bank accounts. Lastly, talking about the taxation process for the crypto trading, it is always calculated from the net profit that you have gained from crypto trading. For example, if you have inputted 10 lakh rupees to your bank account and withdraw 20 lakhs rupees, 10 lakh extra that you have made as profit on that particular amount, taxes will be filed. So that is how crypto taxing will be working. So the answer is very much clear. Exness platform is 100% legit in India. You can save a lot of money on the Exness, because compared to any other brokerages, Exness charges very small amount of trading fees, so you can go for that as well. Do not listen to any of the YouTube gurus who are suggesting you to go for Delta Exchange, because they are charging 5 times more trading fees when compared to any other exchanges. So I will be putting a link in the description. I'll be very clear, it's an affiliate link through which you can open your account on the Exness platform. So what benefit you will get is that if you face any of the problems while opening the account, you can directly contact me through this WhatsApp number. So I will be helping you personally. So that is my humble request. Open your account from the link in the description. So I'll give you an analysis. So to trade one particular Bitcoin on the Delta exchange, you will be needing 8,000 to 8,500 rupees. So that exact same Bitcoin you can trade on Exness platform by just paying the fees of 1,600 rupees. So that is the difference which you can calculate from both Delta exchange and Exness as well. The main intention of making this video was just that I have also listened to many of the YouTubers and opened my account on Delta exchange and lost a very huge amount of money just by paying trading fees. So that is the reason why I'm making this video, to make sure that nobody repeats that mistake. And I have also shifted from Delta exchange to Exness. So that was my story. And also one more thing, in the Exness platform you cannot change the leverage of the BTC. It is by default set to 400. So that is also one thing which you need to keep in your mind as well. So 1:400 is the leverage value while you're trading on the BTC in the Exness platform. You cannot change it. That is one of the issue which I have faced while trading on the Exness platform. Hope that this particular video have helped you in clearing all of your doubts with regards to these brokerages. Please do open the account in the link in the description. Till then, I'll see you next time. Keep hustling.